This is an experiment, as are many sentences out of my mouth. I'm singling out a dear friend of mine. You know who you are. You love the color green. Hi, Los Angeles. So the experiment, and this is really all that I have to present to you, and I'm going to try my best to push the limits. Dear hasty one, oh my dear hasty friend, the limits of what? Will you have already guessed? Did you already guess? You are hasty. I mean, you're fast, you're maximal, you're comprehensive, and you actually have more patience than almost anybody that I know, which is another interesting feature of your personality. You both seem to have patience and open-mindedness and care and empathy, but also you're hasty. So what am I testing right now? Have you guessed it? Are you thinking with me? Dear friend, my dear aficionado, my fellow aficionado of Detroit techno, you are OG Detroit. You are OG Detroit, my hasty friend. Have you guessed it now? There is a dialectic in your own mind that is constantly weighing a cost benefit. It's a time management function. On the one hand, this video is only about you yourself. So you naturally are going to be compelled to listen to it, every last bit of it, multiple times. One might think intuitively. How much patience do you have, though? What if the punchline doesn't come for another 2 hours? Even though I may very well stand here and talk about the immediate political significance, the immediate significance, the practical significance to your own survival and to the survival of your famous husband, not to mention my dear friend. You are self-interested and you are also patient. You called me yesterday, and we haven't spoken for a number of weeks. I didn't hear from you. Now, I tend not to call you because I know you're busy. And whenever we do talk, I mean, we did have that one conversation recently, which was like, you were washing your dishes and we were on video. Whatever they call it, Tim Cook screen. And we definitely did talk then. It would seem to me that would be just the normal mode of interaction these days, is that we would all just be doing very long conversations on Tim Cook video. Right? I don't know what other people are doing, but I've said it many times. I haven't had a real conversation in years. I mean, that was a pretty good one. But, in the grand scheme of things, as, the way conversations are capable of going, for instance, puberty, I tell you, it never lets you alone. I had a conversation that lasted 2 weeks once with another person. That was one of the stronger conversations I've ever had. I guess in second place is the conversation that I had that lasted about 36 hours. And then there was another one that lasted, I don't know, about 16. I guess those are the top three. And then after that, I guess, that conversation that we had on that one weekend day when you were washing your dishes, that was definitely pretty good. I wonder at this point how you're spending your day, though. Because we've all quit our jobs now, right? I mean, there's nothing... We don't have to stop work for very long. We just have to stop doing everything right now in order to remove Donald Trump from office. Right? So, I've been doing nothing else myself for the past, last January. So, what is it now? April, March, February. I had a whole conversation with somebody about the mispronunciation of the word February. I had yesterday. I don't think anybody can actually pronounce that name, that word. February. Okay, February, January. So that's 4 months plus 12 is, pardon me, I'm mathematically illiterate. 16 months. So 16 months and about 700 videos later, because there are like 3 YouTube channels now and a Substack, but I only have a couple of Substack things up, and they're just repeats of stuff that's on the YouTube. But the YouTube is the main thing, has been the main thing, right? So you called me yesterday, and I answered the phone, and I said, game on, and you go, game on, game on. And then I think I don't know. But anyway, I asked a couple of questions just to get a feel for where you were at. And I was like, Okay, who are you talking to? What are you sending to people and stuff? Like, are you uploading things? Are you talking about things? Like, what are you doing? And you were like, what'd you say? I'm sending people like stuff, like clips from ground news or something? I don't really know what that meant. I mean, we all get the news. I mean, the news is, we're not talking about news here. We're talking about how we're going to remove Donald Trump from office. We are talking about how we are going to remove Donald Trump from office. There is no news to discuss. And this is also, incidentally, one of the frustrating things now I feel about our Muslim friends on the ground in Palestine right now, because they're taking us for granted. They are taking us for granted. I understand they are living in tents in a war zone and they are likely about to die. I think that they would, yes, I understand that. The fight for survival probably makes many of us simply just scream, "Send me money." I understand that. But the only engagement I've gotten, really, is a bit of scolding for not sending money. That scolding came with a fair bit of creative thinking. But I don't hear any other creative thinking about matters pertaining to survival. But now the entire playing field is different. Today is a new day. April 7th, 2026 will go down in history as the day that the American Democratic Project ended. There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from yesterday. Donald Trump ended the democracy yesterday. And those of us who are paying attention have already, equilibrated. What am I trying to say? Equalized ourselves to the fact. Adequated ourselves to the fact that the U.S. Constitution is no longer effective. I mean, in effect. That in the technical sense, now there is anarchy. There is no rule of law. There is anarchy in the United States because we have no leadership. Congress has abdicated. We have questions about Supreme Court justices, and our leader is diagnosably psychotic. And the obligation and responsibility to prove that he is not psychotic is on his shoulders alone. So we are removing him from office right now. Right now. So stop forwarding people news, Ben Meiselas and Michael Popak and Bill Kristol and Sidney Blumenthal, right? Sean Wolentz. Stop telling us to press subscribe. Turn your channels off. We are illiterate. We are an illiterate country. We only understand force. Therefore, we are now going to remove Donald Trump from office by force alone. Whether it's the force of the de jure or the force of reason or the force of the de facto, the force of praxis, the force of ethics, the force of metaphysics, the force of the word of Aristotle. Green Galactic represent.